Have you ever felt heavy, like the weight of the world is on your shoulders? Have you ever felt stuck, like your feet are caught in the sinking sand of your thoughts and emotions? Have you ever felt the burden of guilt piling up over you? Let me tell you, the weight of shame is not light. It is a constant fight, a constant struggle to try and try and try and always fall short. It is a permanent finger pointing blame. There's nothing glamorous about shame. We want to keep it hidden, hoping no one will see those parts of us, the damage, the broken, the things left unspoken. For years, I was tangled in shame, living in the rearview mirror, thinking this was the hardship of life people talked about. Truthfully, I'd heard of forgiveness and grace, but lived like perfection was a perpetual chase. In my head, I knew I was forgiven, my sins laying there at the foot of the cross, saved, redeemed, chosen, and loved. But in my heart, I held on, clinging to every loss. Holding on to every mistake, I kept running on the treadmill of lies that if I only tried hard enough, I could make it. I could be that perfect Christian, the perfect daughter, the perfect friend. If only I did more, I would be worthy. I held on to shame like an impossible to-do list, hoping I could weigh out the bad with good. Dear friend, shame is not something you can fix with your growing list of accomplishments. Shame isn't placed on a scale for you to counteract. Shame will rob your joy, it robs peace, and most of all, it robs hope. And eventually, all you'll find yourself doing is trying to cope, because no amount of determination is ever going to be enough to heal your shame. Nothing but the blood of Christ is enough to pay that price. The blood that paid the cost to save the lost, a sacrifice freely poured out to cover any mistake or defeat, a love so sweet that it receives you as you with no prerequisite of perfection. That is the only thing that can overcome your shame in Jesus' name. Jesus says the only yoke we should carry is His, for His burden is light and His yoke is easy. In Him you can find rest despite not being the best. In Him you can find peace and joy, all whilst being as imperfect as you are. Because His grace is not tied to your ability, and His forgiveness spans far further than the mountains of your failure. He simply asks you to release your shame and receive His hope and healing. Because shame will drag you down and drown Him out, but hope floats.